Hello everybody and welcome back down to the channel. A little cool this morning in the shop, but we're going to get started on something this morning on some pre-spawn a lure that I hope that you're throwing. If you're not, I would encourage you to do so, because it's a really good technique during the pre-spawn. A lot, you know, you can throw crankbaits, spinner baits, whatever, but something that I've found that works really well, and I'm going to show you what to do. If you haven't thrown a free rig, you're missing out during the pre-spawn, because that's something that'll get them. They're starting to get more active, and that's just a really good technique. Let me show you what to do with it, and I'm going to give you just a couple of little secrets to kind of help you out on it also. I'm going to use braid. I don't normally use braid, but I usually throw it on fluorocarbon, but kind of let it show up a little bit better. What you're going to do is get you a bell sinker like this, and that's going to go on there first, just like that. Okay, leave it where it's loose and it can swing or fall. You don't want to bind it in any way, so that's what you want to go on first. And here's one thing that I do that helps a whole lot, and you'll understand why. I will usually take a bead, just like that, a little glass bead, plastic bead. I don't use glass anymore, used to. But I put that bead on there next, so it's also falling and freely like that. Then I'll take, and I will usually do it on about a 3/0 straight shank hook, offset hook. Now I don't do it on a EWG, because I found that with this technique in particular, a straight shank hook just seems to give a better hookup on them, because whenever this thing is falling, they just bite better, seems to me like. And I'm going to show you here. All right, I got my hook tied on. Let me trim that thing off just a little. And like I said, I don't normally use braid, but I'm doing it so you can see what I got. Now you got a bell sinker. You got a bell sinker. And I got my bead like that. And the bead is to protect that knot. And I'm gonna tell you why here in just a little bit. But you need to protect that knot. All right. And you don't really want to use say a trick worm or anything like that, because they fall too fast. They're too slender. Anything like a worm will fall way too fast, and that bell sinker cannot get away from it. What you want is a craw, whichever kind of craw you want to use, as long as it's got some good flopping pinchers. That's the best way to describe them. So you want to put that on there, Texas rig it just like you would any other craw on there. And I like to use, of course, orange colored, red, or whatever in the spring, but just because that's a good color in the spring to use. And I'll bring that up there, not hardly go all the way up there yet, and I'm going to show you why. Just go ahead and bring it up there kind of close, something like that right there. Don't hook it back in yet. Now the next thing you'll want to do, this is the handiest one thing that you can keep in your boat, is a bamboo skewer. It is just, there's so many uses for this, and I showed you one way to do it on my shaky head video earlier. You want to take and just snip just the end of that off, something like that right there. to where you got just a point. Now, you can use a toothpick or whatever, and what you're going to do, of course, is bring that up there. Bring that up there like that. And also, what I like to do is take and put just a drop of super glue on it before I put it through the eye of that hook. And I'm gonna show you why this needs to stay up there in just a second. After that goes in to that eye like that, and you're gonna work it back over where you can't see it. You're going to Texas rig that craw just like you would any other time. Now that's what you're going to have whenever it's done. That is your free rig, because what happens is this: when you cast that sinker is going to go down quick, and these pinchers are going to slow the fall of that down. And whenever it hits the bottom, the sinker is going to be away from your craw. Okay? Now, the reason that I used the super glue and the peg was because whenever you will reel that up, it'll come back down to it, and you want to snap that up. You want to snap it up in the air. Snap up your rod. And that makes that go up and makes that sinker. I'm having a little trouble this morning with my hands. Is kind of cold. Anyway, that makes that sinker go down quicker and makes that fall slower because of the amount of action that's on that pincher. So that's just a quick video on the technique. Like I said, just those couple of things that you could add to it will help slow that down. Help whenever you snap that rod up, you're going to pull it all up at one time. The plastic bead's going to save your knot, and the peg and a little bit of super glue is going to keep that on there, on that hook. And then you're going to let it fall back down, and it'll fall separate from each other is what it does. So I hope you like this little technique. I hope you use it. I encourage you to use it. I keep one tied on in the spawn, pre-spawn, because they'll go after that craw. The craw will start getting more active and everything like that. So just use this technique, and you'll probably catch some good fish out of it. I know I have. So appreciate you stopping by the shop this morning. I encourage you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I humbly ask for that subscription, and just come on back down to the shop and we'll do it again. We always like to talk fishing whenever you show up to the shop. Y'all have a great day, okay?